What's up, YouTube? I hope you're having a great day, a great night, a great evening, whenever you're watching this. And in today's topic, I'm talking about NoFap and like the benefits I'm experiencing and like how it actually, in my opinion, I think it's legit. I think it really does change your life in a way. As dramatic as that may sound, you don't have to believe it, but like me personally, I believe in that shit, man. If you're not familiar with NoFap, it's basically not watching porn or like not ejaculating by yourself, pretty much. Like holding in your semen, pretty much holding in your sexual energy. Not busting nuts, pretty much. That's what it means. So me personally, I do believe in the benefits. I do believe it transforms you. So let me get to it, right? So far, I've been in NoFap journey, I think about 3 weeks. And so far, the most I've been was basically a month, pretty much. Like a month and a half, that's the most, but I'm trying to break that streak, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I've been experiencing a lot of good shit when it comes to it. Hang on, give me 1 second. But yeah, so overall, I've been experiencing a lot of good benefits when it comes to semen retention, because like obviously I feel a lot stronger. I feel like I feel like I have a lot more energy as well. So like it's easy for me to get up early in the morning. It's easy for me to like wake up at any time, pretty much. I'm not saying I have a lot of energy to the point where I don't feel tired. Yes, I still feel tired. I still feel sluggish. I mean, no, I don't feel sluggish actually, but I do feel sleepy and tired. But I actually do drink energy drinks. And I'll make another video about that, but like, I gotta chill on the caffeine, but it does help. But like, I just feel like very anxious whenever I drink energy drinks. It's too much. But fuck, man, but I do need it because I get tired easily. But yeah, but I definitely don't feel sluggish at all when I'm participating in NoFap, when I'm holding in my semen retention. That shit does work, man. Like, I've noticed too, whenever what's the word? Well, yeah, whenever I relapse, right? Whenever I bust a nut, pretty much, I do feel very sluggish. I feel very tired, and it's just like I can't even like. I feel like I lack a lot of motivation too. Like, it sucks, man. It's a really bad feeling. It's not a good feeling knowing that like you feel less motivated, or like you just. I really can't explain it, but like I feel lack of motivation whenever I do relapse. Hang on. Walk. Yeah, I feel sluggish. I feel like I lack a lot of energy, and whenever I do relapse, and for me, I just don't like it. So and I was tired of it. Oh, another thing too, whenever I relapse, right, and I gotta be honest, whenever I do watch porn, this and that, it's an addiction I'm trying to get away from. I feel like it's very common when it comes to like watching porn, or like constantly ejaculating this and that. I feel like that's a huge problem, obviously, in today's society. And that's the thing about the internet, man. The internet, like, it is a blessing in a way because you have access to a lot of knowledge. At the same time, it can also be a bad thing. It just depends how you use the internet, because as much good shit there is on the internet, there's a lot of, like, bad addictions and a lot of crazy shit in the internet, too. So you got to be careful on how you use it, man. I blame society, too. I blame this world, too, because, like, you know how it's so corrupt. So, like, you can't even meet or date certain people without having certain types of money. I'm not saying this because, yeah, money, you're going to find love. I'm not saying that, but, like, it definitely is a lot harder, man, when you're lacking in finances, money, a place to stay, a fucking car. It's hard for you to find love like that because everything in this world is so restricted. This whole society is so fucking restricted, so you can't really do shit without money. In order for you to make money, you have to sacrifice your time and hours. Now, if you are passionate on what you do, if you are making a lot of money for doing that, hey, then that works even better. That's even good, But still, though, like, it's still challenging to find love because, like, it's challenging to find love because, like, again, money controls everything. We're all limited. We can't do as much shit as we want to. If we even do find love, I'm not saying everyone, but like, it's hard to spend time with them because like they got work, this and that, which I guess it could be a good thing because I guess if you you spend too much time with each other, then you get tired of each other. Or I don't know, I'm just ranting, but it's whatever. But what I'm saying is that, like, I don't know where the fuck I was going on that, but when it comes to semen retention, right? Me personally, I feel a lot stronger. I feel like my social skills improved a lot. I feel a lot more confident. I definitely feel I'm more of a risk taker when I am participating in NoFap. And also, again, I feel stronger. I feel more motivated to go to the gym to boost my testosterone. And I feel more quote unquote masculine, I guess. I feel aggressive, but not in a negative way. I feel more aggressive in a positive way, to the point where, like, I want to get shit done. I have no time to be shy, no time to be timid like that. You know, I just want to get to the point, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm perfect, or like I feel nervous and anxious from time to time. I do, but like when you're in semen retention and you stop watching porn, oh my God, it's gonna boost your social skills like by a lot, man. And if you're a guy too, like you're gonna feel more masculine. So it definitely does help you out. Like I feel more aggressive in a good way, and I fucking like it, you know. What else? Yeah, and here's another thing too. People on YouTube mention that, like, when you're in participating in NoFap, right? As days go by, I gotta stop saying NoFap. I'm gonna say semen retention, because like I don't want to sound unprofessional. You know, I don't like saying shit like that. Like I don't want to seem weird, so I'm gonna say semen retention. When you're participating in semen retention too, another thing people point out is the fact that, fuck, where was I? I lost what. I forgot what I was about to say, damn it. Oh yeah, so when you participate in NoFap, people on YouTube mention that, like, you tend to, god damn it. Oh yeah, so you tend to not waste time as much. So, like, because let's say if you're not participating in semen retention, right? You're constantly watching porn, you're constantly ejaculating, you're jacking off, etc., right? You're pretty much wasting time, and you're bypassing your day-to-day schedules. Again, you're just wasting time. You're not getting shit done, and by the time you've done ejaculated, this and that, you're gonna feel sluggish. You're gonna feel like you don't have energy, and more than likely you're gonna take a nap, or you're not gonna do anything for the rest of the day. And even if you do something for the day, you're gonna feel sluggish. You're gonna feel weird. You're gonna feel awkward when you're in public, because you just watched porn, you just ejaculated, this and that. So it's gonna mess you up pretty much. This shit is not easy at all. But what I've realized is that, like, I feel like I'm in a good role. I'm in a, like, I feel like just the fact that, because I haven't been in this streak of NoFap for such a long time, 3 weeks, man. Like, that's been my second longest streak, and I'm gonna keep going. But don't keep count on your days. Don't keep track. I'm just estimating, you know. Don't do that. It's just not a good idea. You shouldn't. What's his name? Jordan Green on YouTube. I think that's his YouTube name. He did mention, he's very knowledgeable. He did mention that, like, you shouldn't keep track or keep count of the days you're trying to participate in semen retention, because it's gonna throw you off. If you're doing that, then more than likely you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You shouldn't be participating in semen retention for, like, to get women, or to fucking you know, just for shit like that. You know, you should always do it, or for basically for like an ego thing. But you should always participate in semen retention only because you're trying to better yourself, when you're trying to pursue your passions. And I feel like semen retention is a great way. Yes, it's not easy at all, especially, like, I get it, because, like, in this society, it's hard to find romantic partners these days, man. Because, one, everything's corrupt, so it's hard to find romantic partners on the spot. I understand there's dating websites, this and that, but still, though, you know. And it takes time to build up money. It takes time to have your own car. It takes time to build up good credit. It takes time to have your own house, this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. So more than likely, a lot of people, they're very lonely. You know, they're not having dates. They're not having romantic partners into their lives. You know, I'm experiencing this shit too, and it's not easy at all. So of course you're gonna go to porn. Of course you're gonna go to these sexual websites. You know, just so you can release. You know, just so you can have that feel, like, to combat that empty feeling you're feeling, right? It's trauma, pretty much, rightfully so, because, you know, I think it's scientifically proven too that, like, every human being needs. It's healthier for a human being to have someone with them. I think when you hug somebody, I forgot what they said, but like basically, hugs are very healthy for the human body. Hugging, um, fucking making love, I guess. Just dating in general, like romantic love, this and that, physical touch, romantic touch. You know what I'm saying? Like that helps. It's very healthy for the human body, and it makes sense because as human beings, we're destined for that. Why do you think we're constantly reproducing? Human beings are made to reproduce pretty much, so of course it's not natural when someone's constantly isolated or alone, or they're not having dating partners throughout life as they keep on living. Of course it's natural for them to develop that trauma. It's natural for them to have abandonment issues or like feelings of rejection. I think it's also scientifically proven that like that when you're constantly isolated and alone, it could damage the human body. I think it could damage you mentally, or no, physically too. Someone said that like being alone, isolated from people, is that pain you're feeling is the same pain where someone, I think, stabs you or something like that. Like it's the heartbreak or whatever. Someone mentioned that. It was scientifically proven. I don't know the exact words, but you get what I'm saying. Like, so this shit is not easy at all. And not only, so imagine you're lacking dates, you're lacking in romantic love, and you're constantly isolated and alone from friends and people, right? Even from your family, right? And now you gotta participate in semen retention, not watching porn, try to beat your addictions. You know how hard that is? So of course people are gonna struggle with that shit, That what makes this shit so hard, because in this world, there always has to be some type of bullshit. Like it could be some type of trauma. Either way, if you're living this timeline, you're bound to experience something you're lacking. It could be finances, it could be love, it could be fucking, what else? It could be anything pretty much. You're always gonna be lacking something. It's just how this timeline is set up, which I fucking hate, but I guess one of the reasons why we're in this timeline, in this earth right now, it's so we can overcome. And regardless, there's always gonna be conflict anyways, but according to my understanding, but it is what it is. I don't know too much about this, why we're here, but either way, we gotta deal with some bullshit and conflict. But this is how this realm is pretty much. Might as well try and fight back, right? But where was I? But yeah, but basically with semen retention and no fap, it does help you out a lot. It's not easy. And even if you do relapse or if you watch porn or ejaculated, don't even beat yourself up, Just learn from it and try to bounce back, But if you feel like if it's too much, why not go ahead, just try not to be too addicted here and there, and don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it for ego purposes. Just do it for self-growth purposes. Like your goal in life, you should be really self-focused, working and trying to figure out your passions in life and what you're doing, to the point where you don't even have time to like watch porn, or you don't even have time to ejaculate like that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have that's a goal. And I think that's pretty much the purpose of semen retention, the right healthy way. That's how you got to do it, in my opinion. Not my opinion, but like I got this from other people too, and I agree, I definitely do agree. But yeah, semen retention. I'm gonna talk about the benefits, I guess the pros and cons, and why, and how I feel when I do relapse. So let's get to it. I'm talking about the pros. So one, I feel more aggressive in a good way, where like I feel like more of a go-getter energy, to the point where like I'm all my focus is on things I want to do with self-growth purposes. Because when you're away from watching porn, from sexual websites, if you're not ejaculating this and that, you're bound to be focused on other shit that's gonna help you improve, right? Like going to the gym, running, making a fucking YouTube video, or focusing on your studies, or just going out, So that does make sense, If that's taken away from you, then you have no choice but to do some shit like that. You have no choice but to work on things that doesn't help you grow as a person, pretty much in a positive way. Hang on. What else? Another thing about semen retention too. what I've learned, again, is social skills, right? So you're not gonna feel awkward. You're not gonna feel weird when you're around people, because like, again, you're not watching porn and you're not ejaculating. When you do it, you're naturally gonna feel weird. Well, at least me, I feel very awkward and weird when I'm around people. When I do that, I feel a lot of guilt too, but that's gonna be different. I'm gonna say some different time after this, but yeah, you're gonna hang on. You're definitely will improve your social skills, because like, again, you're not watching sexual websites, you're not being weird, you're not ejaculating like that. And when you're around people, it's gonna, and I can't explain, I don't know why, but it's naturally gonna boost your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and this and that, you know. So that's definitely a very good thing. So that's the thing you should take into consideration, at least for me, because like, especially when I've been participating in such a long time, I don't know, I just feel more outgoing. I have a lot more things to talk about. I feel less awkward. So I don't know, man. I feel like I could talk to anyone, especially the longer I go, like the longer streaks I have. For some reason, I don't know why, but people on YouTube, they have been reported of like experiencing the same thing, which is really a good thing, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I'm telling you, like my social skills, it improves a lot. I have a lot more things to talk about. I have a lot more. I'm more creative, pretty much, and it makes sense because people on YouTube, they did mention that like hang on. People on YouTube, they do mention that like, since you're holding in your sexual energy, you're holding in your sexual energy, right? That's basically your creative energy. That's your creative side, and when you're constantly holding it in, you're naturally going to become more creative. You're going to have more things to do. You have more things to look forward to. It's naturally going to come to you, you know? So that's another thing to take into consideration. Again, type in on YouTube, no fat benefits, no fap or semen retention benefits, the pros and cons, and how it improves you, you know? What else? I said so. Oh yeah, another thing with semen retention, one of the pros and benefits it helps with me is definitely strength and muscle mass. So whenever I'm participating in semen retention, right, for some reason I seem to have more like bulkier, more muscle mass. My muscles look a lot more fuller whenever I'm participating in semen retention, especially for like long periods of time. That shit does help me out a lot. Like, I feel a lot stronger, I look stronger, and like, it definitely does help improve you a lot. Like, especially in the gym, like, I'm able to lift more, I'm able to squat more, I'm able to bench press more, I'm able to like curl more. Like, I have more energy, especially when I'm running too. Like, you'll be surprised, like when you're running too, you actually have a lot more endurance when you're running, because like you have all that strength, especially in your lower body, because I think your legs have the most testosterone, I guess. And when you're participating in semen retention, you're naturally gonna have a lot more leg strength, you know? And I feel like that's a fact too, because like whenever I relapse, right, I've noticed my legs feel weaker, especially around my quads area. Like, for some reason, my legs feel a lot more weak. Like, I feel like, again, I can't explain it, but my legs feel fragile, my legs feel weak. It feels a lot weaker, and I noticed in the gym, I could lift less. And when I'm running, I feel like I don't have as much endurance, because I'm missing out on that strength I used to have when I was participating in semen retention. And for me to release all that sexual energy, all that testosterone, yeah, of course, I'm gonna lack a lot of testosterone and strength, pretty much, especially in my lower body. I've noticed that. It's just all bad. I think semen retention is scientifically proven, I guess, to like your semen alone, it has fucking it's worth like what, like 6 steaks. Fucking it has a lot of nutrition, pretty much. You can look it up on the internet. I forgot what it said, but like it has a lot of zinc, that's a lot of I guess protein, this and that. So that what it says is based on a study. So imagine all of that inside your body, especially you hold it for longer periods of time. It's gonna help you out a lot. But yeah, definitely I feel a lot stronger when I'm holding in my semen retention, this and that. I could run longer periods of time. I feel stronger, I look stronger, I could lift more weights. And that's another thing about semen retention that's really fucking cool in my opinion. Like the longer you hold it in, the more stronger you get. Like you'll see more benefits. It's not gonna happen overnight, but as time goes on, you will see it. And another thing too, I've noticed when you're in semen retention, right? The longer you go, especially if you participate in semen retention and not watching porn, what's gonna happen is that you all these urges, all these sexual urges to watch porn or like to have lustful thoughts with someone you found attractive, this and that. What's going to happen is that like all that is slowly going to fade away. So you naturally not. So you're going to feel less lustful. You're going to feel less sexually stimulated. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, again, all that shit is slowly going to get away, and you won't have the desire to watch sexual websites. Pretty much. Yes, this shit does happen. I've noticed that. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it definitely, like, this shit does happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll notice it too. Like, wow, because, and not only that, but so imagine that being taken away, right? So now all you have left to focus on is improving yourself. Now you have the urge to go out more. You have the urge to talk to real life people more. You have the urge to go to the gym more. You have the urge to pursue your passions, your interests, your career, your work schedules, this and that. You're more creative, you're a lot stronger, your social skills are improving. So again, that's another thing to take into consideration. Don't rush it though. Again, it's gonna happen slowly, and don't put too much focus on it, because the more you focus on it, the more like it's gonna mess with your mind pretty much, and you're eventually gonna relapse, or you're just gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not a competition. So like, don't stress yourself out when you're doing semen retention. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Definitely don't do that, you know. Just don't. It's more of a you and yourself journey, you know. You're in competition with yourself. But even then, just don't overthink it, you know. Just try to live naturally. Try to like live as a human should live, you know what I'm saying? I know it's not easy because, like I said before, we live in a corrupt world. So it's gonna be hard for you to like participate, because more than likely you're feeling physical damage from a lack of romantic partners, or like if you're isolated from people. Yeah, of course you're gonna develop that trauma, you know, and you're gonna participate in like non-sexual activities. So of course it's gonna be a lot harder. I'm not saying it's easy. Like I said, if it was easy, anyone could do it, you know. But this is why you see videos of people relapsing, this and that, etc., you know. Now, if you have a woman or if you have a wife, this and that, then that, in my opinion, that doesn't count, you know, like, because it's with the actual human being. My definition of no fap or semen retention is more so getting away from porn and not playing with yourself, pretty much. That's my definition. If you have a wife or a girlfriend or like a partner or a sexual partner, this and that, and if you two, you know, do it, if you ejaculate, I feel like that doesn't count. And that shouldn't count, because one, you're doing it with an actual live, real human being. And two, studies have shown that it's actually healthy for you to have sex. It's actually healthy for you to like have that physical touch with another human being, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to love, you know, it's actually healthy for you. And not only that, but it's natural too, because as human beings, we were meant to reproduce pretty much. So of course it's gonna be healthy for you. So this is why I don't count that as like relapsing, or you know what I'm saying? So I don't count that at all. It's more so of like, my definition is more so getting away from bad addictions like that, so it can help you become a better person and to help you meet the right people that comes along your journey. You know what I'm saying? That's my definition of it. But yeah, people also say that like when you're doing semen retention for longer periods of time, that your face gets more clear and your skin becomes more like your body starts to glow. Your face becomes a lot more clear. And me personally, and I think to talk about your hair too, your hair becomes more like healthier and shinier. And me personally, I believe that. I personally do believe that because I've noticed I'm having less acne. My face feels a lot more smooth, and it's a lot more clean, and it looks like it's glowing. I mean, same thing with my hair too. Like it's looking more shiny. So I just feel more healthier, you know. So that's another thing about like semen retention. Like it definitely does make you look better, I guess, you know, or it makes your skin glow. It makes you look healthier. That's what I mean to say. So that's another thing to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the cool things about it. Also, people on YouTube, they say that like supposedly it makes your voice deeper. Me personally, I'm not too sure, but I definitely do have more confidence when it comes to speaking. Me, again, you know how I am. I'm very spiritual, so I believe in everything what people say, you know. So I guess it can make your voice sound deeper. Like your voice sounds a lot stronger, has a stronger bass to it. So I guess that's a thing. That's another thing to like look at or to take into consideration. I don't know if it's true, but if you're experiencing that, then hey, that's even better, you know. And now I'm gonna talk about the cons of semen retention. I mean, yeah, the cons, I guess. So while you're on this journey, right? Again, it's not gonna be easy, especially during the first couple of days or the first week. At least for me, because like you're gonna have these urges. It's gonna be extremely intense. It's gonna be extremely hard. It's not gonna be easy at all. So, you're gonna have a lot of urges. You're gonna feel very like sexually active and turned on, and it's gonna be tempting to watch these porn sites. I think someone said on YouTube too, like when you're participating in semen retention, what you're doing is like, because you know how porn is like it's like a drug addiction. I forgot which drug they mentioned, but it's like a drug addiction, right? Because it I forgot the word, but it gives you a lot of hormones. I forgot what's it called. Like those feel-good hormones. Like when you work out, when you run, when you're making love. I forgot what's it called, but when you're watching porn, it gives you all these hormones, right? And it tricks your brain, it tricks your mind. So when you're try to get yourself away from that, when you're trying to release from that, yeah, of course your body's gonna go through like a withdrawal. It seems like it. At least for me, that's what I experienced. Your body's gonna go through an extreme withdrawal. I'm tired. It's a long video, but yeah, your body's gonna go through like a withdrawal process. Like it's purging all of these addictions. Your hormones gonna feel all weird and fucked up, you know. So I think that one makes it very hard, especially on the first week or the first couple of days. You know what I'm saying? So that one makes it extremely tough and challenging. So that's another thing to take into consideration. So when you're participating in semen retention, and if you feel like or if you're confused on why you feel so turned on or why you feel so aroused or sexually active, this and that, you're not going crazy. It's actually normal, because more than likely you're trying to withdraw from all these feel-good hormones, and they're so used to it pretty much. So when you withdraw, you're gonna feel weird pretty much. You're gonna feel very overactive sexually. So try to fight it off. My advice is to try to fight it off. Find a substitute. Here's another thing. When you're feeling these urges too, if you have a gym, go to a gym. It's gonna help you release that. But not only that, because you know how the gym could be far. Some people don't have access to a gym. So what you could do, I really recommend buying heavy ass dumbbell weights for curls. Buy like 45-pound curl bars or dumbbells. There's any weights that's kind of heavy, and then buy that shit. Put it into your room, put it to your house, whatever. So whenever you do feel these urges, just do curls, do shoulder presses, do push-ups, do sit-ups, go for a run. Or if you don't feel like running, I'm telling you, go do some curls with some dumbbells. Go do some shoulder bench presses, you know? Like, go do some push-ups, this and that. Also, buy hand grips. I forgot what they're called. I think it's called hand grips, but it's for working out purposes. Pretty much, it's like a little grip bar, and You pretty much, you hold it like this and you go like that. And it's hard too, but what it does supposedly, it strengthens your hand muscles pretty much. Buy both of them, buy two of them. Work on both of your hands. So like when you do it, you're gonna feel your hands getting stronger, and of course when you're working out, you're gonna feel some type of pain. So when you're doing it, it's gonna naturally release these urges to ejaculate or to watch porn. I'm telling you, this shit really does help out. I'm actually planning on buying dumbbells and workout equipment to my room, because yes, you could go to your local gym, this and that, but like, what if you had these urges late at night? What if you had these urges late, like I said, late at night, and you have a work schedule, right? So of course, that's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good at all. So make sure you get these hand grips, these workout equipment, and it can be at any time you feel these urges. It can be 12 a.m. in the morning, it can be 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You feel these urges, start working out. Start using these fucking dumbbells. Start buying these hand grips. So you'll naturally release these fucking urges. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna help you out a lot. Also, try to delete, if you have a lot of sexual websites on your phone, try to delete all of it. Try to delete your search history, this and that. But if it's still hard for you, and here's another rule too, I find kind of productive. It's kind of risky, but again, if you're feeling these sexual urges, what you could do also is you could watch the video, right? You could click on it on the internet. You could watch this video, and you could watch this video, and what you could do, I like to call it the observation rule, the plan B rule, right? So what I mean by that, like, you feel these urges, right? You watch the video, but you don't ejaculate. So what you do, you save the video, you put it in your fucking somewhere in your phone where it's saved, right? Or your history, search bar, whatever. Then don't ejaculate. Do none of that shit. Go on with your day by working out, going out with your friends, or going to work. And not only, what this is going to do is, one, it's going to help you naturally release the urges, because it's going to help you, give you more confidence knowing that, okay, I watched the video and I didn't ejaculate. So not only that, but like, I continue on with my day, and now I don't feel these urges anymore. Because another thing about sexual urges and having these fucking urges is that, like, it's very temporary is what I noticed. Yes, it may last for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even an hour, right? Or even a couple hours, right? You might be so aroused that, like, you start fucking pre-coming, this and that, right? It's all right. But eventually, the sexual urges is going to die down. It's not going to last forever. So that's the thing you need to take into consideration. When you're feeling these fucking urges, just think to yourself, it's only temporary. It's not going to last. Yes, it may feel good, but it's only temporary. And not only that, but you need to think about the pros and cons. So like, what benefits are you receiving from holding your semen retention? You feel more confident. You feel like you have a lot more social skills. Your body feels stronger. You feel like you can lift more weights. You feel like more of a go-getter. You feel more masculine. Your face gets more cleaner. Your hair gets more shinier. Your voice becomes a lot more deeper. This and that. You're building good habits, etc. Right? And you're more creative as well. You have more creative ideas, and you have a lot more energy. Now think about this. If you ejaculate, right? Do you want to feel less sluggish? Do you want to feel like, I don't have enough energy to get up in the morning? I don't have enough energy, or I feel sluggish, or I feel a lot more weaker when it comes to running or working out, or when I'm talking to people, I feel less enthusiastic, I feel less passionate. No, of course you don't want to experience that, right? So that's another thing to take into consideration. You gotta think about the pros and cons. But honestly, what I recommend doing is this. All the shit I mentioned to prevent yourself from ejaculating is these rules right here. So one, if you feel the urges, work out, grab your dumbbells in your room, like I said, for you to buy. Heavy ones, not lightweights, heavy ones. I don't know what's heavy, I don't know how much you guys can lift, but on average, I'll say 45 to 55 pound dumbbells, right? start doing curls with them. Even if you're struggling, start doing curls. Like, go like this and do a bench press. Do shoulder presses like with both dumbbells, not just one. Keep doing those. Then do push-ups with your dumbbells. Do dumbbell push-ups. Then do hand push-ups. Do some sit-ups. Do some leg lifts. Do some planks. And honestly, buy a medicine ball too. Buy dumbbells and a medicine ball. Basically, any workout equipment you could find, you can put your hands on, put that shit to your room. Yes, even though if you may have a gym, fuck it, grab a whole fucking workout equipment, put that shit to your room. So when you feel these urges, start working out pretty much. That's gonna help you. I'm telling you. If you have your own house, buy a treadmill if you have to. Run. I think running does help. Because the thing with working out too, like when you finish working out, you're gonna have more testosterone. You're naturally gonna boost more testosterone. So of course you're gonna feel more. You're gonna feel more sexual, pretty much. You're gonna have more sexual energy because that's what testosterone is, pretty much, the sexual energy. So if you have a treadmill, that could work well too. But yes, working out may boost more testosterone, but it can also release these urges as well. And you don't have time to be watching porn, this and that. So do what you can to work out. Focus on these hand grips. Fucking grab these hand grips, buy the heaviest, most resistance you could get your hands on with these fucking hand grips. Work out with both of your hands for a long ass time. Do forearm workouts as well too. Grab like a mini dumbbell and just go like this with your forearm. Just move it around like that, or look up on YouTube forearm workouts, so it could help you release these fucking urges. And after you're done with that, write a list or type on your phone about the pros and cons of ejaculating or holding your semen retention. Write down the pros and cons. That's your second step. The third step, if you still can't fight it off, and always remind yourself that these sexual urges are very temporary. If you still can't fight it off, then just fucking watch the video, but don't ejaculate. Fucking, if you're done with the video, you can either delete it, or you could save it, right? And then just ignore it. And then the next following day, when you don't have these sexual urges no more, delete that shit. And that's pretty much how, I guess these are the options that could work. You know, if you still can't fight it off, then damn, you know, but shit, you know. Hey, at least I'm trying here. I'm fucking trying, you know. And this shit works too, so you gotta try it out. This shit works. Another thing which you could do too, when you're having these urges, you could listen to a lot of music that pumps you up or that makes you feel good. Or like listen to inspiration music, to motivation videos. But music does help out a lot. If you feel these urges, just ignore it and create or have a playlist of your favorite music. Listen to your favorite artists and just throwing some inspiration out there, then that can help you too in releasing these urges. So yeah, no, kind of a long ass rant, but I'm gonna talk about on why I'm talking about my experiences or what I feel like when I do relapse. So whenever I do relapse, again, I feel a lot more weaker. My legs feel weaker especially. So it's going to be harder for you to go to the gym. You're going to feel sluggish. You're not going to feel motivated to go to the gym. But you also do feel, I noticed, you do feel a lot more relaxed when you relapse. And I think there's a scientific reason behind that. I don't know, I can't explain it. I forgot why, but like when you relapse, you're naturally going to feel more relaxed, which I guess could be a good thing. But like, well, I noticed too, I feel like that too, but like, there's different outlets to release your stress. You can meditate. Meditation does help. It may seem boring, but like, just try it out. Or even just relaxing. Just turn off. Just get away from your electronics. Get away from the internet. Lay on your bed. Don't use a pillow either. Just lay on your bed. Just close your eyes. Put your hands on your chest or stomach or on your bed. And then just start taking deep breaths. Take deep breaths. Focus on your breathing. Try to slow down your heartbeat. And yeah, just take deep breaths, focus on your breathing, take deep and slow down your heartbeat and just relax your mind. Try to focus specifically on your breathing too. Now, it's gonna be hard because like your mind's going to be all over the place, but try to focus on your breathing, and that's normal. When your mind's all over the place when you're meditating or you're taking deep breaths, don't be frustrated or fight out the urges, because that's supposed to happen. It's actually a good thing because you're aware that your mind's all over the place. So as that goes on, just let it flow, then focus on your breathing. Don't control it, just focus on your breathing while you're closing your eyes. And I feel like that's a huge stress reliever as well. That's what you could do. Working out obviously is a stress reliever, but I'm thinking of different solutions. So yes, when you ejaculate, it may release stress, but there's also different, more healthier outlets to relieve your stress, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to look at. But again, this video, I'm not more so talking about relapsing. This is also talking about sexual websites addictions, porn addictions as well. Because watching porn, that could be a stress reliever as well, you know? So I'm talking about that too, you know? What else? Okay, oh yeah, but like I said, what I noticed when you relapse, socially, when your social skills is gonna decrease because you're gonna have less energy, right? And what I've noticed, I've experimented with this shit too, right? For some reason, when I'm in semen retention, right? For some reason, I'm able to have a lot of good conversations, and I put people in a good mood, or like my conversations are very stimulating, and I catch people's attention in a good way whenever I interact with them. But whenever I relapse, it's hard for me to hold a conversation with them, and I feel like they're either ignoring me or like they're paying less attention to me, you know? And my theory is that like when you're in semen retention, you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of sexual energy, you have a lot of testosterone. I can't explain it, but like your aura becomes bigger, and naturally people are gonna feel a lot more drawn to you. And especially now, you're more creative, so your conversations are going to be more creative. You're gonna have a lot more things to say. It's gonna be a very good experience, pretty much. So that's the things you take into consideration. Do you want to feel awkward? Do you want to feel weird just watching porn, relapsing? The next day you're gonna have to deal with people. And not only that, again, you're gonna feel sluggish. You're gonna feel less motivation. You're gonna have less energy to get shit done. You're physically gonna feel weaker. You know, you just don't want that. You know, you just don't. It's not a good feeling too. Like going throughout the whole day feeling sluggish and like lacking fucking energy, this and that. It's always good to experience real life shit. Yes, watching porn or like sexual websites, ejaculating. Yes, it does feel good in the moment. It does feel good. I get it. I understand. Especially in today's society where like this world's so corrupt, so it's hard for you to even fucking like find the perfect partner for you, or let alone find any partner in general. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's normal, and it's not fair either. But he's got to fight back with this system. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the purpose of this timeline. You got to fight back with this system because everything's unhealthy. You know, food is unhealthy because of GMOs. Supposedly, a lot of items we have is cancer-causing items. Like, just like what Enofe said, like headphones, earbuds. I'm actually, shout out to Enofe too. He's a YouTuber. I agree with him. He mentions that like everything in this world, in this society is bad for you. Pretty much is unhealthy for you. So that's why it's important for you to detach. So that's what he said. That's what he mentioned, and I agree with him. But foods are bad for you. Everything's GMO. Fruits and vegetables are GMO. You know, we have GMO meats. Now these days, people are saying all the fast foods we're eating from McDonald's, Burger King, it's actually human meat or dead corpse meat, which it's a conspiracy theory, but it is what it is. But what else? A lot of clothes, a lot of detergents, a lot of cleaning supplies have cancer-causing effects. Having Wi-Fi and having access to the internet to your phone is bad for you. If you spend too much time watching YouTube videos, or if you spend too much time on your phone, on the TV, on your iPad, playing video games is bad for you. Having lights on the lights in your home is bad for you, according to people, because all that fucking lighting, because it's not natural, got all that radiation coming from your phone. the air we breathe in is bad for you because of all the pollution, all the smoke from these cars, all these chemtrails in the sky. According to conspiracy theorists, like you see all these planes dishing out smoking on the skies. That's chemtrails. So of course everything's gonna be bad for you, right? Fuck, where was I getting this? I forgot, but whatever. I'm gonna keep going. What else? Shit, water is bad for you because we're supposed to be drinking alkaline water. All the waters we have is fluoride. It's rat poison, pretty much. That's what fluoride means. It's in our toothpaste. It's in the shower. It's in the water we shower in. Has a lot of fluoride. Our sink water. All this shit, right? All this shit. The clothes we're wearing supposedly is unnatural. There's a lot of chemicals as well. Everything's cancer-causing effects. This and that, right? So basically everything's bad for you, right? So that's what I mean is like, you have no choice but to, one, you gotta detach. Just like what Eno Faye said, you have to detach, which is normal, which is fine, which is okay. But you also gotta, I would say fight back with the system, but like, think about it, all this bad shit, right? And me telling you guys to fight back, what's that gonna do, man? You're constantly gonna fight back left and right. There's no point, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a waste of time. Basically what I'm getting is that, like, just try to detach, you know. Again, porn is bad for you, you know what I'm saying? So like, but I don't have the answers to this shit, but what I'm saying is that, like, at least do the best you can, I guess. Don't freak out, but just detach, because this realm is bullshit anyways. It's dumb anyways, you know, what's the point, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, shit happens, and the human life span is very short anyways. So of course shit's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You hear people dying or passing away when you're like 70, when they're 60s, even on our 40s, this and that. So this life is temporary, so I guess don't take life too seriously. Have fun, try to live out your dreams, work hard for your dreams. Just do what you want, you know. That's the thing too with life. Like, yes, there are people who have different perspectives about life, me included. Don't make me stress you out. Don't take my videos as serious. Only take what resonates with you, you know. Again, this video, this is a YouTube video. I'm just speaking my mind, so I'm not saying I'm right. You know, just at the end of the day, follow your intuition, follow what works best for you, and follow your heart, you know. And don't stress yourself out when it comes to semen retention. If you feel like you gotta watch porn here and there, or if you feel like you gotta ejaculate, then by all means, go for it, you know. Or try to limit yourself. Try to do it like once a month or twice a month or 2 times a week. And I feel like that could work too, because like when you do it like, for example, 1 to 2 times a month or a week, you're slowly building up your process, you know. And try to challenge yourself. Okay, you can hold it for 1 week, try to hold it for 2 weeks, then relapse. Hold it for 3 weeks, then relapse. Hold it for 4 weeks, then relapse. And naturally you're going to increase the weeks and months, you know. But again, don't look at it as a competition. Again, this is more so if you have like a bad addiction, especially when it comes to sexual websites and porn. That's pretty much the main of this video. If you do it, if you ejaculate from here and there's nothing wrong with that. It really isn't. This video is more so like a motivational video, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I think scientific proven it could be healthy to even ejaculate. I mean, nah, I take that back. Unless if you're with someone physically, then I guess so. But that's the goal. Like, you should only be ejaculating if you have a partner, not by yourself. That's the goal, pretty much. And I feel like that's very healthy like that too. That's the goal. And yeah, but supposedly people say that when it comes to semen retention, that when you keep relapsing, supposedly people say that supposedly they say that you're gonna look more healthier, so like your face is gonna naturally look all wrinkly or like look all unhealthy, which I guess makes sense because supposedly your semen, it has a lot of healthy nutrients. Again, I forgot what the list said, but like it's worth like fucking 6 steaks. It has a lot of zinc, protein, fucking I guess zinc, whatever the fuck. It has a lot of nutrients when it comes to your semen. So like, and it makes sense because it builds life. It could create a baby, you know what I'm saying? So that's how powerful this shit is. And yeah, that's pretty much, I pretty much done with this video. It's a long video. I was all over the place, but definitely try it out. If you feel like you can't break the addiction, obviously try therapy, this and that, or whatever the fuck, you know. There's other videos where people talk about semen retention, this and that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know how you feel about this video. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike. Comment down below your experiences or your solutions on how to increase your semen retention or how to fight off the addictions, because I still need help too, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but... And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.